As always, check out the full video series with downloadable PDFs available free at foreverfoodtrucks.com. Check it out, people. It is a great resource. I spent a great deal of time. We all have putting this together just for you. A lot of information. If you're in the business, you could take it to a whole new level. If you're thinking about getting into the business, you can make a lot of money and avoid a lot of bumps and bruises. So check it out, foreverfoodtrucks.com, and it's free. So why not? Let's talk about military bases, business parks, and construction sites. A lot of times they're remote. I'm in the reserves. We're out in some of the most remote places. Stock up on Gatorades. They always hit up the Gatorades. I do too. They like energy drinks. Not really great for us, but they're big sellers out in these remote places, especially on military bases. Snackables. But these places are remote, so you're not just a option. You can be literally the only option. I remember being Sparta, Wisconsin, on a base, and it was a joint operations with a bunch of countries and all this other stuff. And a food truck came by, and it was literally either the food truck or like prepackaged MREs. So guess what happened? That food truck had a great day, and they know this. They know this, that hey, you hit the right little remote place up, you're gonna do really, really well. You're gonna make 5 hours worth of business in about 30 minutes. So, it's isolated, great places. And same thing with some of these, not office parks or, but some of the office parks and business parks can be like really remote behind the main drag, right? So it's off, the beaten path, and you roll up, and especially if people know you'll be there, you'll be consistent, man, great thing. Same thing with construction sites. Have limited time. I know it's, once again, going to my personal experience. When the food truck came out, we were in the middle of doing, a lot of stuff. We were super busy. So we bombarded it as we could. As a group came back, another group kind of went, so we just weren't all standing there waiting to be served. But it's great. You're at this point, you're not just making money. You're providing like a great service that is very well needed, very much needed. So make sure that you are prepared for one, that you have inventory. Don't overstock, but make sure you have, adequate inventory. If you're going into some of these remote places, the worst thing that could happen is you overstock and you go to some of these remote places. There's no exercises going on. There's nothing there. And then you're sitting on a bunch of inventory. But be prepared, especially if you went there, day one and you did really, really well. And someone said, hey, we're going to be here all week. Then, swing back all week. Are you going to be at this location all week? Yeah. Okay. Well, put out the word. I'll be here at 11:45 every day, and come do it and let them know, hey, 11:45, tell your commanders, tell whoever's in charge, we're going to be here at 11:45. May have limited resources. We kind of talked about that. Have Gatorades and snackables. Have easy to eats. A lot of times in these remote places, they're not sitting on a lot of time. So have things that they can stand up. And once again, this may be a little biased in this video just because it's military business park and construction sites. And I'm really going heavily on my experience with military bases, not from the consultation selling side of, helping people do food trucks and that side, but as a consumer, with my experience, have snackables. If we're standing around, we can still listen to briefs. We can still participate in whatever exercise and, pull out a Slim Jim or down a Gatorade, or have, this particular woman had like her sandwiches wrapped in aluminum foil, and because she had done the game before, right? She'd been there a couple times before, and she I just can't serve it out on a plate. This guy might not eat this for 2 hours, so she had it basically wrapped up for you to throw in your fatigues. And NWUs, I give away the branch there, but for you to throw in your NWUs or your or whatever, your Army working uniform or what have you, and work, and it'll be okay in your pocket in this aluminum foil for an hour or two, or at least for an hour, and you can come and snack and wrap it back up or whatever. So have things that are just easy to eat, made to travel. Even on construction sites, they might come and buy it at 11, but they may not. I mean, being realistic, they may not eat it till 2. Or 1. They may not eat it for an hour or 2. So versus it sitting on your truck for an hour or 2, it's going to be in their pocket for an hour or 2, and they're going to eat it when they're not, putting up walls or pouring concrete, so have things that are easy to eat, maybe prepackaged stuff like the snackables, even the actual snackables. And sure, when I say snackables, I mean not the brand, but just things that they can snack on. But yeah, you may want to have the little Lunchable snackables as well, or Gatorade, Slim Jims, even prepackaged cheese. If carry it, hey, they may like it. Oil fields, once again, remote. But I worked with some cats, and I think they made millions in like 2 years, and millions in the oil field. Now, mind you, they were a franchise, so it was a big name to go with them. But nonetheless, they didn't make that money out in the streets. They made it in the oil field. And the reason was because a lot of these oil field guys had vouchers. If they had a $20 voucher every day for lunch, that meal that was $12.60 is now $20. Hey man, it's $20, and you're out so remote that they can't say, oh man, I'll just go to the Popeyes. No, there's nothing. Hello, nothing. So they either eat with you or they don't eat. It is so you can do it for the voucher, and they're not paying for it. And I don't want to sound like, hey, taking advantage, but they're not paying for it. They're given vouchers. So whatever the voucher is, find out how much it is and give them, make every meal the price of the voucher. So your $12.60 meal is $20, and it should be, because you're out somewhere very remote. You can't just, take up your sticks and drive somewhere else. I'm like, hey man, I'm just go around the corner and I'll serve over there in front of the Valero. You can't. So you've taken your time and your resources to come out somewhere, not necessarily at a gamble, but at a gamble, very remote place. So you need to have to make 100% of what you need in that remote place to continue to provide that service. And they need you to provide that service. They need to make it worth your while so that they can have, you there and maybe one or two options there. If not, if they don't make it worth your while, you won't drive out in the middle of nowhere to do it. So do it for the voucher. Do it for the vine. Vines aren't a thing anymore, but hey, do it for the voucher. Pricing varies, increase profits. So in remote places, your profits add 25%. And when I say that, I don't mean like, maybe 2020. I mean like starting off, add 25%. Your $10 thing is now $12.50, right? Your $12.50 thing is now $16. Right. So unless there's a voucher, then it's the price of the voucher, $20, $25, whatever. So see how it works. See, prices vary. If they have vouchers, if they have and vouchers are a little bit different than just having a stipend, right? Per diem, because a lot of people, they try to pocket the per diem. Hey, I'm giving $120 a day, but I'm trying to really pay, live off of $20 a day. All in, and pocket $100 a day. So, and do the tolerance. You get out there, you do $20 plates, and people are kind of sneering. Doesn't hurt to drop it down to 15. Or you get out there and you do 15, and everybody's overloading to the point you can't handle the capacity. Raise it up to 17.50. And if they say, man, it was 15 last week, I'm like, yeah, man, but I kept running out. I couldn't handle it. I have to raise the price to try to detour some people so I can keep stock in. So be smart about your pricing. Be prepared to drive and squat for hours. So once again, if you're somewhere remote, once again, talking about oil fields, be prepared to drive for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and be there and squat and be there for days. Not just hours, for days. Be prepared to, hey, man, I'm going to get a little man camp, stay in a little man camp, whatever, and I'm going to be the food out here. And you can talk to whoever is in charge, whatever oil field is out there, and say, hey, I'm going to be here for a while. Send you guys to me. Once again, I've said this in previous videos, have set days, hours, be reliable. These guys, once again, they're doing a job. They're there to do a job, to make money, to provide for their family, to provide a service to their company. Be reliable. If you're going to be open, if from 11 to 1, make sure you're there at 10:30. These guys are counting on you. You can't be late, because if they're saying, hey, I got 20 minutes to drive down to the snack rig, they don't have 15 minutes to wait for you because you forgot to prep the night before or whatever. So be consistent. All right, that's the video for today. Download your free Forever Success in Food Trucks guide, downloadable from foreverfoodtrucks.com. It is a comprehensive guide explaining startup costs, average income, setting margins, investing money, branding, wealth generation, training staff, and more. Whether you've had a food truck for 20 years or are considering getting into the food truck business, you do not want to miss out on this powerful resource. And for those who want to go even deeper, go to teachable.com and check out my online course. It will teach you how to make 20 times the profits, how to 20x your income, and grow 20 times faster. It is an advanced look at the food truck business, profits, and how to show up success. Either way, be sure to grab your free Forever Success in Food Trucks guide at foreverfoodtrucks.com.